The knock came before sunrise. Hard, angry. I was halfway through clearing my driveway when Karen marched up the snowbank and screamed, "Turn it off! HOA quiet hours!" Snow was still falling, my hands were freezing, and the road behind me was already buried. She stood there in slippers, filming me, saying I was disturbing the community. I told her calmly, "This is the only road to town." She didn't care. She called it in anyway. 10 minutes later, an HOA truck showed up and shut my snowblower down like I was breaking some crime. Cars started lining up behind me, stuck. What Karen didn't realize was simple. This mountain road had one way in and one way out, and my driveway sat right at the narrow pass. When they cut the power and ordered me to stop, I stepped aside and let the snow do its thing. The wind picked up. The plows didn't come. People started getting nervous. Karen kept shouting about fines while her neighbors begged me to keep going. I looked at the untouched wall of snow growing thicker by the minute and said one line that made her freeze. "You told me to stop, so I did." Karen didn't like that answer. She waved her phone and shouted that I was holding the community hostage. The HOA truck driver avoided my eyes. He knew. Everyone knew. Without that road cleared, nobody was getting to work, school, or the hospital down the hill. Cars were already sliding, stuck at bad angles. A woman stepped out of her SUV and asked Karen if she was serious. Karen snapped back. "Rules are rules." I leaned on my shovel, calm, watching the snow pile higher where my blower should have been working. 20 minutes passed, then 30. The cold bit harder. A delivery van tried to turn around and failed. Someone called the county. Karen heard that and suddenly changed her tone, telling me I could finish up just this once. I shook my head. "I don't want to break HOA rules," I said. Her face went red. Neighbors started filming now, not me, her. That's when the county plow lights appeared at the bottom of the hill, stopping when they saw the blocked pass. The driver stepped out, looked at Karen, then at me, and asked one question that ended everything. Who told him to stop? Karen opened her mouth, then closed it. No one spoke for her. The HOA driver stayed silent. A neighbor finally said it out loud. She did. The county plow driver sighed, pulled out his radio, and said something I couldn't hear. A few minutes later, a sheriff's cruiser crawled up the hill, lights flashing through the snow. Karen tried again, talking fast about noise complaints and authority. The deputy listened, then looked at the time. 6 a.m. during an active snowfall? He asked. She nodded. He turned to me. "You were clearing access?" I said yes. He looked back at the blocked road, the stuck cars, the nervous faces. Then this road should have been cleared. That's when it flipped. The deputy told the HOA truck to move. He told me I could resume. Karen protested, saying the HOA would fine me anyway. The deputy cut her off. Interfering with snow removal on the only access road is a safety issue. Her phone slipped in her hand. I started the snowblower again, the sound echoing through the trees, louder than before. People actually clapped. By the time the road was open, Karen had stepped back, small and quiet, her power buried under the same snow she tried to control. Karen didn't leave right away. She stood there shaking, staring at the cleared road like it betrayed her. The deputy warned her once, then told her to step aside. Neighbors drove past slowly, some nodding at me, some shaking their heads at her. One guy rolled his window down and said, "Next time, let him work." That hit harder than any fine. Karen tried to save face, mumbling about reports and meetings, but no one was listening anymore. By noon, the HOA group chat exploded. People were angry, not at me, at her. Screenshots of her noise complaints spread. Someone posted the video of cars trapped in the snow while she argued about rules. Another neighbor shared a message from the county saying the road was classified as emergency access. Karen stopped replying. Her authority vanished the moment safety entered the conversation. The next morning, there was a notice on the community board. Not about noise, not about fines, an emergency meeting. Karen didn't show up. A new rule was posted instead: snow removal allowed at any hour during storms. I fired up the snowblower again at dawn. Same sound, same road, but this time no one knocked. Sometimes the fastest way to town isn't force or power. It's knowing when to stop the wrong person from stopping everyone else. Winter rolled on, and the snow kept coming, but the drama didn't. Every storm morning after that, I was out there early, clearing the road while porch lights flicked on one by one. No complaints, no trucks, just quiet waves and thermoses of coffee handed out by neighbors passing through. The roads stayed open. Kids made it to school. Ambulances didn't have to turn around. Karen's name stopped coming up altogether. A month later, her house went dark. No goodbye post, no meeting, just a for sale sign half buried in snow. The HOA sent a short email saying leadership had changed. Nothing else. I kept the snowblower running until spring. Same time every morning, same steady sound cutting a path to town. They tried to shut me down over noise. What they learned was simple. When you block the only way forward, people notice who's really causing the problem. And when the snow falls again, nobody remembers the rule Karen shouted. They remember the road that stayed open.